They were joined in matrimony last week. In ancient Greek society, women were expected to be subservient to their husbands. She left the office for a brief interlude, during which she got a coffee. She always behaves with decorum and modesty. The company rescinded the job offer after discovering his dishonesty. The promise of a free gift card was a ruse to collect personal information. The casual attitude of a few employees was undermining the manager's authority. The scarcity of gold and silver has historically made them very valuable. The book Meditations by Marcus Aurelius is filled with profound insights. The government was forced to deploy more troops to the area. The politician has been criticized for not denouncing the use of violence. The president's plan to slash taxes was very popular with the people.
We can improve liaison between parents and teachers with an email newsletter. To be the best, Olympic athletes must maintain a rigorous training program. Taking motion sickness pills can mitigate some negative side effects of this drug. It is imperative that they get to the airport in time for their flight. The writer has an unusual talent for depicting vivid scenes in his novels. They amassed enough evidence to support their idea. She voiced her dissent on the decision to downsize the company. It is important to replenish the fluids you lose from sweating. The most obvious tangible benefit will be increased revenue for the company. He decided to splurge on a new suit to wear to the event. Her savvy business skills helped her to quickly rise through the company. Although the film received critical acclaim, it was not very popular overall.
The store offers a variety of kitchen gadgets and cookware. Some scientists have postulated that life may exist on other planets without oxygen or water. The importance of stories is manifest in the popularity of books and films. She and the cat had an immediate affinity for one another, so she adopted it. On days when he is tired, he reverts to his old eating habits. The politician was vilified in the newspapers for stealing public tax money. She was incapacitated for the first few days following her stroke. The flood was a serious calamity for local farmers. As a country becomes more developed, its infant mortality rate drops. The area continues to face the onslaught of rough weather. Most people cannot predict the shocking revelation at the end of the film. The rocking of the train lulled her to sleep.
Based on the symptoms, we can surmise that the illness is a viral infection. New technologies are being developed to harness wind, tidal energy, and ocean currents. Volunteers for the organization go door to door trying to solicit donations. More troops were dispatched to the front lines this week. Our education system faces a multitude of problems. Conventional lamps are being supplanted by LED lighting. The storm was imminent, with dark clouds gathered on the horizon. The two sides have been wrangling over the terms of the contract for days. She scoured the library for books mentioning the obscure topic. The scientists claim that they are on the threshold of a major breakthrough. The company pays out dividends quarterly. He is a former professional soccer player and sports TV pundit.
He incubated the egg under a heat lamp for a few weeks. The company cut about 200 employees through attrition and layoffs. The announcement of the unexpected fees incensed the airline's passengers. People try to poach the rhinos so that they can sell their horns. War broke out after the secret letter was intercepted by the foreign spy. The deceased man's family and friends attended an event in his honor. His friend took a picture of him straddling his new motorcycle. The acidic water gradually corroded the pipes until they started leaking. She carefully nurtured the young plants by providing them with water and sunlight. This word has a slightly negative connotation. A common tactic when giving speeches is to start with an anecdotal story. He often felt smothered by his mother's relentless affection.
The dog tilted its head to the side when it heard the voice through the phone. The mayor was embroiled in a scandal involving misuse of public funds. The writer Mary Wollstonecraft was an exponent of feminist literature. The politician was impeached for his corrupt conduct. A few days later, he was still experiencing the residual effects of the surgery. The new program for part-time workers is a boon for working mothers. The CEO was forced to retract his statement regarding selling the company. In the capital city, there is an insurrection going on against the government. He believes that an effective business leader should remain dispassionate. Certain human activities lead to the wanton destruction of the environment. Both parties entered the election fray. Famous people are often defamed by the media.
The president may choose to exercise his veto to stop the bill. Real estate prices are rising rapidly in this buoyant economy. Our brain inverts the upside-down image that hits our retinas. Taking a cold shower is a quick way to invigorate yourself. They fought to liberate their country from tyranny. She had to stitch up the wound using the first aid kit in her backpack. The nimble dancer floated gracefully across the stage. It was discovered that the agency had been infiltrated by spies. Religious minorities have been persecuted many times throughout history. There are major differences between colloquial Japanese and formal written language. The missile's trajectory was changed to avoid hitting a populated area. She spurned his advances and made it clear she was not looking for a romantic relationship.
She upended her purse and dumped everything out when looking for her keys. He is conscientious about his health and exercises daily. We still have the onerous task of cleaning up. The media tycoon owns several famous TV stations, magazines, and newspapers. Showing respect to parents and elders is one of the main precepts of Confucianism. She is great at modulating her voice to change the feeling of a song. He was an unwitting contributor to the spread of false rumors. The new theory is already being espoused by many respected scientists. He is inept at communicating with others. His ostensible reason for buying the computer was for work, not video games. Books and papers were scattered haphazardly on the professor's desk. They used an opaque type of glass for the bathroom windows.
When she started blogging, she uncovered a latent talent for writing. He fled to a country that does not extradite criminals to the U.S. The country's law is reviled by many as a violation of human rights. Seating configurations vary by aircraft and airline. The police are working to confirm the veracity of the witness's testimony. The man was sentenced to life in prison for the odious crime. The medication makes her languid, so she has been sleeping a lot. Although his legs were mangled in the accident, he was able to walk again. We can extrapolate the lifetime value of a customer from this data. Based on his terse response, it was clear that he did not want to be disturbed. A starving person's stomach may distend due to a lack of protein. People scoffed at his idea for the invention, but he built it anyway.
Felonies such as kidnapping or fraud have more serious prison sentences. The bucolic cottage was featured in a magazine about life in the countryside. Those interviews were published in truncated form. You are cordially invited to our annual cancer fundraiser on June 5th. The two countries signed the Treaty of Amity and Commerce. He is always truculent and often gets into a quarrel with someone. The wolf's luminous red eyes are visible in the dark background of the drawing. The woman was obviously ruffled by the reporter's difficult questions. The new building appeared incongruous with the surrounding environment. He bellowed across the room so she could hear him. The local government decreed that smoking be banned in public places. He has not received remuneration for his work yet.